Good day, nerdos. For today's assignment, I am preparing for war with the nasty cicada and, for some reason, its very toxic urine. To combat this invasion, I am creating and dubbing a War Beetle to defend humanity against the onslaught of blind toxic peeing monsters. This week, it's bug time.
Yeah.
I decided early on the best defense against a wind harbinger or piss is a 4-legged war tank made out of 10-gauge armature wire and aluminum foil. Because I completely let this week get away from me, I sought inspiration from Creatures in Helldivers 2, Poisonous Tree for extra colorization, and my first starter Pokemon from my youth. Once the body is thick to my satisfaction, I shape the body and poke a hole through the opposite end with my scalpel tool, and then fish a line of armature wire through it, which will then be shaped into the future hind end legs. This will then get covered through copious amounts of Sculpting ultralight, baked for 20 minutes at 275 degrees, and then once fully cooled, I decided instead of trying to spin clay on, let's just try volatile throwing it and see if that works for a change. And nope, still doesn't work. So that said, it's time for our tried and proven method of adding clay, which is by hand, and as always, my clay of choice for this week and for the bulk of the project is Super Sculpting in Original Blend. After I get the majority covered in clay, off camera I noticed the front half was drooping a little lower than I wanted to, so I will lift the legs in the front and rears with some additional armature wire, which will allow the feature head to have better proportion to the ground. And then it's a matter of several hours of smoothing and detailing the body. Several hours later, I had the body clayed and smooth to my liking, finally, and then laid the feature defender on his back, and then add an array of wrinkles all across his frame, specifically the limbs, followed by detailing with my custom set of sculpting tools. With this layer of detail now complete, it's now time for the first bake. To ensure this doesn't droop in the oven, this War Beetle is going to get baked staring at the lights, and once he's fully cured and cooled down, I decided after the week I had, I was due for some much needed drill therapy. With holes aplenty drilled, let's find a reason why I chose to do that. The quickest and best way I had was filling each hole with some overbaked clay adhesive, then smooshing in some clay, and then pushing into said clay some pre-baked spikes that I made eons ago, which was made out of cernet translucent clay in yellow, and then I'll sporadically place them throughout the frame. Once all the spikes are added, I then take inspiration from my former leafy ally in the game to add some vine-like appendages to the creature, which will be made out of cosplay medium firm. While I don't have any visual proof, yes, after baking, these do bend without any issue, which is pretty cool. The vines will then get detailed, and then a ball of clay is then added to the tip with a thorn-like appendage poked out at the end, wrapped in more clay, and then we can move on to the head and also the face.
I'm a potato.
At this moment, yes you are. That said, I'm going to use ball stylus tools to create future eye holes for two varied sized pre-baked eyes I made off camera, and then start to go to town making the face so it doesn't look like a potato with spikes. Off-camera moments of imposter syndrome, perseverance, and overall self-reflection has led me to completing the face, which I can confirm I am supremely satisfied with. Once the nostrils are shaped out, it is time to paint. As with all of my projects, the non-sponsored product of choice this week is Dalarani acrylic inks. I start off this week's build with a royal blue across the frame of the creature, across his torso, legs, and undercarriage. For variation, and to tie into a potential poisonous palette, the legs will then get a treatment of emerald green, which will then be followed by straight matte black to blend the two color palettes together, which will then be followed by a second coat of blue all across the torso and the face. With the full body painted, I used scarlet red to paint the sack of the vines and then carry the red over towards the hind leg areas. I then remember I have this cardstock design I made ages ago, and I use it to add lines across the back for some dimension, then down across the head, and then for some reason off camera I didn't record this, but I also paint the very bottom of the legs red as well. The red's now all applied, so the final steps this week are painting the pincers, eyes, and nostrils matte black, and in the trick I'm loving the more that I do it, I take a Chico stick and dab small dots of white all across the hind legs and back, and then abruptly I'll add hot pink pupils to the eyes, and once everything's covered in hard coat UV resin, this bug can now go to the never place as it prepares to defend humanity. here's broken record time. This week's build was immense amounts of fun, and I really hope you enjoyed the process of me making my warrior against toxic piss bugs. If you did, feel free to hit the bell icon, subscribe to the channel for future videos, and hit the like button. Not to be a buzzkill, but right as I completed this, I was notified that the incoming swarms of cicadas are actually avoiding my state completely, which is very disappointing. That said, if they want to smoke, I am now prepared. I'm also prepared to bring you another fun project next week from the heart. Until then, stay blessed, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time, guys and gals. Take care.